And we're no longer in a position to dictate terms to other people, to send gunboats up the Yangtze, to tell them what they have to do. We were that empire. You were that empire. But neither of us is that empire anymore. And so we're going to have to learn to avoid these zero-sum games. We're going to have to learn to realize that win-win outcomes of negotiations are what we need to be seeking. We are no longer the policeman of the world. Well, we've long ceased to be. But I've got news for McCormick. So have you ceased to be, as is being proved on the battlefields of the Ukraine, and as probably very shortly will be proved in the Persian Gulf and in the Levant.
God help us if we get to there. What do you think of his comment that we got into this problem because we just appeased Iran? We haven't been hard enough on him. What do you say to that?
I honestly question the sanity of that. Been appeasing Iran, how? Iran is the most sanctioned country in the world after Russia. Both countries have supercharged their economies, and from our point of view, more melancholy, supercharged their military-industrial complex. The Russian army is the most battle-hardened army in the world, and next to the Chinese, the biggest. And the idea that this is the time when your enemy is at its strongest, that you should be going to war with it, just flies in the face of all logic and is a product of exceptionalism. I say this with all my love for the American people. I have American blood in my veins. My great-grandmother was an American. She emigrated from New York to Scotland when hundreds of thousands were sailing in the opposite direction. I love your country. I've been there, coast to coast, sea to shining sea. I mean no offense to your American viewers. You're just not that exceptional. And it's this idea of exceptionalism, whether Israeli exceptionalism or American exceptionalism or a century ago British exceptionalism, that era is dead and gone. And the quicker we realize it, the better we'll be able to get along with people who are not just catching up with us, but have now long overtaken us. China is the greatest manufacturing power on the planet. That's not going to change, even if Donald Trump does manage to halt the Rust Belt deterioration. America's never going to be the greatest manufacturing power on the planet, ever again. That title has passed to China, and they will outstrip us. The best way to handle these situations, I can say this as a Brit whose empire disappeared, is to get close to the people where the sun is shining and share some of the warmth, have a win-win relationship to them. That's the opposite of what we are doing. We look at threats and we want to go to war with them. We sanction them, we arm up against them, we fill the airwaves with hostile propaganda, we fund anti-state actors in their country, and if necessary, we are ready to go to war with them, it seems. That would be the big mistake in history.